Greetings, beloved. Apostle Patricia here. We are here to share about men's abuse in this world. A topic that most of men are suffering and they don't know how to get out from the suffering. We are here to share, fellowship, learn from each other. The purpose is to address and identify in order for us to resolve the issue about men abuse in this world. So we are going to help each other to get resolution. No opinion of somebody is stupid, and we have to respect each other. We have to make sure that we are coaching one another or we are mentoring one another. And anyway, at the end, we will be offering the counseling services or support services as we are going to fellowship towards one another. Let me say to you, for example, a man is raped, but the problem is not resolved, or the man is beaten, or the man was emotionally blackmailed, or he was bullied, or lose their culture or identity, and the problem is not resolved. So we are here to talk about it. Again, let me share with you about the common or the different types of abuse. We're going to talk about physical, sexual, verbal, emotional or mental, psychological, financial, cultural, and identity. These are the common different types of abuse which men face. I know that there are a lot of abuse, but these are the ones that we are going to talk about today. If possible, we are going to talk about the Domestic Violence Act, which covers men and women. It's Act 116 of 1998. So this one, it accommodates and even assist people who have been being abused or seek protection order from the magistrate court against the person who is committing the abuse. Domestic violence against men is more common than you may think. Men are generally protected by the same law that is protected by the woman, or the same law that protects a woman. For example, women are more likely to throw or hit with objects, kick, bite, or punch, while men are more likely to choke or strangle. Again, while females do assault males, and males are far more frequently perpetrators and are significantly more likely to injure or harm or kill their partners. You know, most of the people or most of women who were killed by men, it is because of women. They were trying to hit or do all those things that I've mentioned. As well, it falls under gender-based violence. So then you use this act, the Domestic Violence Act 116 of 1998, so whereby you can make a criminal law or sexual offenses or any related matters in that regard. And again, we have Maintenance Act and 2011 Protection from Harassment Act. Apart from this, you know, we have most of men who are going to South African police station seeking for help or want to open a case, and you find that they are not assisted. So those, they are using South African Police Service Act in terms of section 13 in brackets 8 in brackets G in brackets I, whereby if a police official who sets up such as a roadblock, making sure that you don't do anything about your harassment. As well, we can talk about it. The reason I'm saying this is because I have a son. I have a lot of people who are complaining about this kind of situation, who are my friends, relatives, you can name them. Men are likely to show reluctance to trust, exhibit low self-esteem and emotional numbness, and even withdraw into depression, stress. Some men will also exhibit physical symptoms such as insomnia, fatigue, digestive issues, headaches, and so forth. So when we do this topic, or when we are going to talk and fellowship or learn from each other, this indirectly will be resolved. More people will know how to prevent themselves and know how to help each other, basically, with what is it that is happening within the world. Men have been victim of severe physical violence by an intimate partner in his lifetime, the marriages or couples. The stat says 1 in 10 men has experienced rape, physical violence, and stalking by an intimate partner. Men can be a victim, you see. Men, in fact, they are also a victim of abuse. And it's so difficult to detect a man abuse because on the cases where people are facing, most men have been rejected, or they don't trust what they are saying, or they have been declared being the ones who are abusing women, not the other way around. So we need to cough out, we need to talk about this topic in order to have a way of resolving this matter. The Bible regards abuse as a sin because we are called to love one another. It's in John chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I gave to you, that you love one another just as I have loved you, and you also are to love one another. Abuse disregards others and is the opposite of this command. An abuser desires to satisfy his natural selfishness, regardless of the consequences to himself or other people who are surrounding him. Several passages in the Bible strongly condemn taking advantage of or abusing others. Exodus chapter 22 verse 22 says, "You shall not mistreat any widow or fatherless child." Isaiah 10 verse 2 says that no one transgress and wrong his brother in this matter, because the Lord is an avenger in all these things, as we told you before and solemnly warned you. Again, First Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 6 says that no one transgress and wrong his brother in this matter, because the Lord is an avenger in all these things, as we told you before and solemnly warned you. So everyone is guilty of abuse at some level, because everyone falls short of God's command to love others sacrificially. So we need to love one another and not to harm one another. Only the love of Jesus is in us truly love others. Therefore, real love only exists in those who have accepted Jesus as their Savior. If you go to Romans chapter 8 verse 10, It says, but if Christ is in you, although the body is dead because of sin, the spirit is life because of righteousness. And only Jesus can heal the wounds left by abuse. If you go to Psalm 147, verse 3, he heals the broken heart and bind up their wounds. Sadly, many are hurting one another. And when you hurt, you are physically or emotionally abusing another person without knowing or knowingly. So there are a lot of scriptures that I can mention, but right now I want to hear from you. I want to learn from you. I want to hear your opinion. I want you to share your experiences and make sure that other people learn from you. And if you were involved, it will also help if you tell us your story. So this topic, it's going to help those who are afraid of talking, those who are not brave enough to say what is it that is happening within their marriages or within their families, as well as the children. I know that there are a lot of children who have been raped without saying that they have been raped. And then now they are men, and then this thing, it disturbed their marriages, or if they try to move on, they cannot be able to move on because of what happened to them. So, but we are here to help each other at the end of this topic. There are sessions that actually we are doing here in Divine Designation Ministry, which will help you to gain or to be able to cope with the situation and move on. We have counseling, we have life coach, we have fellowship or mentorship, and lots of lessons that you can be able to assist yourself. So now let us talk. Let us talk, and then in the next topic, we are going to do it live, whereby now we are going to communicate live on one-on-one service. Thank you.